Hello, my name is Kayang, and today we're going to talk about Venn diagrams. So, first we're going to do a little overview, then look over two examples, one with two and the other with three circles. So, what are Venn diagrams? Well, they're just a diagram that is used as a visual tool to help you see how different things fit into different categories when they're harder to keep track of because something might be in both categories, in one category, or neither category. So here's an example with two circles and then one with three. These are the ones that will be used most commonly because if there's more than three circles, it does get a little bit harder to keep track of and to visualize. So a couple of terms that will be helpful. The union is the first term, and it's what questions refer to when they say or. So it includes everything in both categories, including the intersection. The next one is the complement. So whenever you hear the word complement, it means anything that isn't this. So the complement of A would be anything that's outside of the A circle. Intersection is what's referred to when they use the word and it's just the overlap between the two categories. Finally, mutually exclusive means that that intersection that we just discussed equals zero, so the two categories have no overlap. So the first example has two circles. I have 10 white shirts and 12 long sleeve shirts. 5 of them are neither white or long sleeve. If I have 20 shirts total, then how many of my shirts are both white and long sleeve? Well, I'm going to attack this in this little process. The first thing I'm going to do is to label the categories. So I know there's two categories, white and long sleeve, so there's two circles, and then I can label them each white and long sleeve. The next thing I'm going to do is fill in the numbers that I know for sure without having to do any calculations, just directly from the problem. So I know there's 5 shirts that are neither white or long sleeve, so 5 belongs outside of both circles, but still it's part of the 20 total shirts. And so 20 goes at the outside, like at the top, to show that there's 20 total, and 5 is still in the diagram but outside of the two circles. So as for the 10 and the 12, I actually can't fill them in right now because if you think about it, since 10 plus 12 plus 5 is over 20, there must be a number of shirts that are both white and long sleeve. So until I know how many of those there are, I can't fill in how many shirts are just white or how many shirts are just long sleeve. So what am I going to do? Well, if you think about it, if I added 10, 12, and 5, the only thing wrong that I'm doing is that I'm counting the intersection, this middle part, the shirts that are both white and long sleeve, twice. So what I can do is just subtract this intersection, which we can call x, and then everything should be counted once. So if we do that, 5 plus 10 plus 12 minus x, so that we don't overcount, this equals 20. And then if you solve for x, you get 7. You can do that on your own if you want to see that. And then now I can fill everything in. So 3 circles. I have 36 friends, and I know that 11 have only a dog, 1 has only a cat, and 15 only have a fish. In general, 5/12 of my friends, have a dog, 5 of them have a cat, and 20 have a fish. And then one of my friends has all 3 types of pets, while 3 of my friends just don't have a pet. And this question asks us to fill in the Venn diagram. So we're going to follow a similar process as last time. So I first labeled my categories. Now I put in all the numbers that I know for sure without having to do any calculations. So because the second sentence says that 11 have only a dog, 1 has only a cat, and 15 only have a fish, this only is an important factor. I can fill those in their respective circles. And then 3 don't have a pet at all, so they're outside of the 3 categories, and I know there's 36 friends in total. So now what am I going to do? Well, the problem does tell us some additional information. It says that, in general, 5/12 of my friends have a dog. Okay? And that, like 5/12 of 36 is 15. So those 15 people, all we know about them is that they have a dog. So this includes everybody that has just a dog, or that has dog and some other pet, or the person that has all three pets. So similarly, the 5 cat people and the 20 fish people, they're like, I know some information about them, but I can't like directly fill in anything because I don't know what these overlapping regions contain. So I'm going to label them with variables x, y, and z. Now, after I do this, what I can do is to create an equation for each of these categories. So let's just look at the dog one for an example, the tan circle. So I know that if I add x, y, 11, and 1, I'll get 15 because those are the parts of this circle. I don't have to think about the other circles right now. I'm just focusing on the tan one. If I add x plus y plus 1 plus 11, I have 15. Similarly, I can create equations for the other two circles. And then also, kind of like what we did last time in the two-circle example, I can create an equation that represents this entire scenario. So this first equation here, you can see I added everything, but also subtracted the intersection so that we don't overcount. And then the very middle intersection of all three circles, it should be subtracted or this should be actually a 2. So it should be subtracted twice because, because it's there 3 times, but like I need to count it once. But if I count it 3 times instead, I'm overcounting it 2 times, so I have to subtract 2. So yeah. Anyways, okay, so now I have that full equation, and then I also have these other 3 equations. And these are the each circle equation that I was talking about. And I'm not going to go through solving these equations, but feel free to do this on your own right now and put the answers in the comments. So if you solve everything, let me just erase this real quick. If you solve everything, you will get this. So 2 people have just a dog and a fish, 1 has just a dog and a cat, and 2 have a fish and a cat. And now my whole Venn diagram is complete. And these red numbers, they were just there to help us, so we can just disregard them. But yeah, so that's how you solve a Venn diagram problem. They might seem a little bit overwhelming at first, but all you have to do is fill in the information that you know and assign variables to the sections that you don't know about, and then create equations to solve for them. So hopefully this video was helpful. And so thank you for watching, and feel free to put any questions in the comments. And also I would encourage you to put a similar question that involves Venn diagrams that you've encountered maybe doing practice or on an actual like math counts or AMC test. And then other people in the comments, if you see a question that somebody else has posed, feel free to put your answer to their question. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.